Kyrie Irving.
Kyrie Irving. Another one of my favorites.
So he didn't talk to the media. He said, it's really how I feel about the mistreatment of certain artists when we get to a certain platform of when we make decisions within our lives to have full control and ownership. Kyrie Irving referred to himself as an artist.
He is.
You think so?
Isaiah Thomas said he's never seen anybody handle the ball like that. That's like saying I've never seen anybody literally handle a paintbrush like that. I've never seen anybody literally use their vocal cords like that. So to be able to take an instrument like a basketball and do the things he can do with it by dribbling it, that's artistry. Artistry. So George Gervin, artistry. Kobe Bryant, Michael Jordan, artistry. The ballet on a basketball court in the air. So yeah, he is an artist. And if in his artistry, he should be able to determine how and what he wants to say about it. What we would call it is eccentric if he was Prince, or if he was Mozart, or if he was Warhol. So yeah, Warhol's an artist, and all he did is take paint with a brush.
Didn't even do that. He just told people to go and photocopy some pictures and throw some color on top,
right,
and so forth.
Basquiat decided to take garbage,
yeah,
put it together, and paint over it.
Now it sells for hundreds of millions of dollars.
And should.
Yeah. Well, Charles Barkley disagreed with you. He said he starts talking about what an artist he is. He's a basketball player. That's what he is. Listen. We're not frontline responders. We're not teachers. Yo, man, you dribble a basketball. Stop acting like you're the smartest person in the world.
That's Charles' ignorance. Meaning, I didn't say stupidity. I said ignorance, not knowing. You are a basketball player. We don't have to be frontline because they want LeBron to take the vaccine. So obviously, what we do, say, and move moves millions of people. Charles, I said it before, when you constantly go against the narrative of the artist, because you used to be an artist, and it sounds like you're saying something that's good, that's Charles' opinion. No matter how wrong it is, I just proved to you, according to an artist, using just a brush and paint, and out of their brain or out of whatever muscle control they have, we consider that to be art. The muscle control that Kyrie has with his wrists, arms, balls, and hand is the same.
No, I mean, now that you say it and I think about it, would a lot of people say that Michael Jordan was an artist on the court? I think most people would say yes.
Yeah.
You're just not giving that same level of respect to Kyrie because it's Jordan, and Jordan is put on a pedestal, is considered more, bigger than the sport itself.
Right.
But yeah, I guess so. I guess the way he moved on the court, you could say it was artistic.
It is. It is.
Yeah.
It is, especially Kyrie. Isaiah said it best. Nobody has had handles in the NBA better than Kyrie. He said that. Mahmoud Raoul Roof, yeah, close to it. He had great handles, great playing. White Chocolate, Stephon Marbury, come on, man. It was unbelievable what they can do. But the no talking to the media. When I watch Kevin Durant do it, I think that's a form of him wanting to intimidate them, to keep them from asking questions that maybe they shouldn't, or staying away from him. He doesn't want or need to be MVP. He just needs to win, and that's enough. Kyrie Irving being plant-based, along with CP3, they're starting to realize when you stop eating that dead animal, your brain opens up. You become conscious.
Well, what do you think about they're actually able to manufacture meat in laboratories now?
Yeah, I saw that. Grafting and cloning.
Yeah, so essentially, you could create chicken in a vat.
Correct.
Without killing any chickens.
Correct. Well, you kill it.
Me and Russell
You're going to
Simmons.
kill it to eat it, but yeah. No matter how. So this is 1978. It's named Betsy. Betsy was the first cloned sheep.
Yeah, right.
So the FDA has not banned the cloning of animals. So to let people know, they've been cloning the animals you eat since the 80s. That's why there's so many of them. They rape the heifers. They artificially inseminate them. And then they live usually 12 years, but they only live 4 because the ones that make milk, they keep artificially inseminating them. So that got to the point where that's hard to do. So they figured out a way to make clone meat inside. I watched, my boy Walter said, "Hey man, look, this is lab made meat." And it wasn't the animal alive. It was just that part of the meat they wanted made. They wanted a burger, they wanted a chicken, they wanted a breast. I also believe I'd rather eat the plant than things that come out of plants
Well,
or manufacturing.
I mean, in this particular case, right? There's a company called a U.S. company called Eat Just,
Mhm.
which I think already makes like, plant-based eggs and stuff like
Right.
that. They're able to actually create meat in bioreactors without the slaughter of any animals.
Yeah.
So you could create a huge vat of chicken meat,
Right.
and they're now selling this chicken in Singapore.
Yeah, they're testing it. in
Yeah, I
places.
mean, listen, me and Russell Simmons were texting each other about this. I'm like, "What do you think?" And he's like, "Yo, I think this is the future." And I'm like, I agree. Like,
Okay, but this is the problem with eating animal flesh. It's one, the fact that it's a sentinel being. That's the first thing. 2,
not in this case. Not in this case. It's
That-
not. It was never a sentinel being.
but that means that, okay, so let's take out of the fact that you take the consciousness out of the meat you're about to eat. You still are eating saturated fats, which are bad for human consumption.
Right. Although
Only certain saturated fats.
Although
Coconut.
Impossible Burgers aren't really all that healthy for you either.
I agree.
I'm just
I
saying.
agree on the Impossible Burgers, why I'm with Beyond Meat. I agree, don't eat
I'm
that.
just saying
It's
that-
impossible for you to digest that bullshit. Beyond Meat. No soy. No GMO. A lot of GMO things go into that Impossible Meat. You're right. Thank you for that plug for Beyond Meat.
There you go. You still own stock?
No, I'm out of that stock, but I'm into an entire another stock called Tidal,
Okay.
which is about to make a huge announcement. When's this going to launch?
Next few weeks.
Yeah. So in the next few weeks, there's going to be a huge announcement to this hemp oil company I'm involved in called Tidal, with a huge personality and many to follow.
Dope.